Hello, 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 brothers and sisters. Peace be upon you all. I pray you're all doing well. It's a beautiful thing to be free. Thank God for freedom. Today, we're going to be talking about a conversation that's a bit controversial, okay? Moderation. Can we moderate our addiction? Is that even possible? Is that something that can be done? What does that look like? Let's get into it. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. So, for starters, let's just answer the question right from the beginning. Can we moderate addictions? The answer is yes. The answer is, yeah, we have freedom of will. If you're someone who perhaps you're a binger or someone who you've got a lot of frequency, whatever your addiction is, you do it daily, you do it day after day, you do it multiple times a day. Maybe it's drinking, maybe drinking multiple bottles a day, multiple beers, getting blackout drunk, maybe it's some kind of drug, maybe it's PMO. I'm very familiar with PMO. Tell you about that, and it's multiple rounds, and you're like, wow. Would it ever even be possible to reduce this? Yes, it is possible. It is possible for every addict, no matter how long you've been addicted, what you're addicted to, right? The frequency, whatever it is, we've still got freedom of will. And you can freely choose, I am going to cut back. I'm not going to cut out completely. I'm going to cut back. You can choose that. The question is, should you? Should you make that choice? Okay. Now I'm going to start off by saying that that's a decision for you to make. Okay, that's something for you to decide on your own, whether you would like to moderate things or not, whether you'd like to cut back rather than cut out. Okay. Yeah, everyone is going to have their own things that they want to tell you and talk to you and advise you about. Oh no, it's addiction, it's this and that. Including me. Like me, I'm Muslim, okay? There's a lot of stuff that, according to Islam, we say, no, that's a no-no. That's a no-no, okay? I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I don't gamble. So those have not been my addictions. Those have not been what I have struggled with personally. My thing has been pornography. The pornography and the masturbation, PMO, that is what I have struggled with, which is also a no-no in Islam. There's, I've struggled with binge eating. Okay. Thank God I've lost weight now. But yeah, at one point I was obese. I was obese. I was big. I was huge. Lost a lot of weight. Thank God. I've had gaming addiction as well. Had that where there have literally been days where I played games 14, 16 hours of that day. I had work to do. I had other stuff to get on with. I was unemployed. I wasn't doing anything productive. I owe people money, and I'm just there gaming. Then I take a break. I go and I do some PMO. Then I eat the junk food. That's how I became huge. So I had those as addictive behaviors. That's what I was going through, right? Now, my ideas about moderation, I've got certain biases. I'll be telling you, oh, don't do this. Oh, that's definitely don't do that. I'd say that's haram or something, but it's a personal decision for you to make, because how we break out of addiction and addictive behaviors is by recognizing our freedom to choose, by remembering that nothing can take away our freedom. See, addiction is like a suspension in the idea that we're free agents, able to choose our behavior. That we get into these traps. You almost feel like a bottle or a syringe or an internet browser window that's in incognito mode or something suddenly has a magical ability to remove our free will. And it doesn't. It really doesn't. We're still free people. The freedom is a personal decision, that you make on your own. Now, me, I don't advocate for moderate drug or alcohol use or PMO. Definitely, I don't advocate for moderate PMO, but that's something for you to decide for yourself, regardless of my thoughts on it or recommendation or what's the other word? Essentially, my stance against it, right? That's for you to decide on your own. Freedom is always going to be a personal decision. So, I mean, what is it that you have been addicted to? You gotta ask yourself some questions when you're making this decision. Like, will reducing the use help you? Like, say you went from daily or multiple times a day to once a week, and you knew that, okay, it's going to be at 6:30 p.m. on a Tuesday. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna last about 35 minutes, and then I'm gonna get back to my life, or whatever, however it is that you want to frame your usage. How is that going to look for you? Has that improved your life? Or is even that event right there where it's contained, it's controlled, you've got a handle on it, I don't do this behavior anywhere outside of a Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. It never happens. It happens there because I have free will and I have control, and this is where I'm doing it. Has that made your life any better? If that works out, or if it's still causing you harm, wouldn't it be good to just get rid of the behavior altogether? That's the question. That it's understanding that there are options besides being an addict or being abstinent. Because there's a lot of people, especially when it comes to alcohol. Alcohol is a big one that people get the idea of, I don't want to be a blackout drunk, right? I don't want to be blackout drunk all the time. But at the same time, I like alcohol. Do I really want to cut out alcohol entirely from my life? And they want to be a social drinker. They want to be someone who can have a drink at a party without going crazy. It is possible to do that. There's all shapes and sizes when it comes to moderation. You can decide, okay, I'm only going to drink at these particular times or these particular dates. You might say I only drink on birthdays or New Year's or certain celebrations. You might say I only drink in this location. I won't go and drink in bars or whatever it is. You can talk about frequency. You can say, we've been using alcohol for this example. You can say, I don't touch vodka anymore. Or if I do, I only have this amount. I don't have a bottle. I have this amount. You set boundaries and limitations on how that is going to look to you. All right. But I've already said my piece. I don't support personally, like me, I don't want to be just moderating addictive behavior, because at the same time, we're not free from the consequences. A lot of these substances or behaviors or activities that we get addicted to, there's a lot of negative effects. There's a lot of negative effects on the other end of it. Some of them lead to disease. Some of them cost a lot of money, right? Some of them, there's a lot of negative, harmful effects, and it's up to you. Is that the way that you want to live your life? Is that how you want to lead things? Is that the direction that you want your life to go in? But someone could easily say to me, all right, because like I said, one thing I've struggled with is binge eating and junk food and stuff. Now, have I cut out junk food? No, I've lost weight. I've definitely lost weight, but I haven't gone on some completely clean diet where all I'm eating is whole foods, or like straight from the farm, organic farm or something, and there's no processed food at all in my diet, and I don't have a soft drink anymore, no Pepsi or Coke or whatever it is. It's like, no, there's still, but what have I done? That is an area of my life where I've practiced moderation. It's like, okay, I've set certain boundaries, certain limitations. I've said, okay, I'm going to do this behavior, but not that behavior. I'm going to eat this food, but I'm not going to eat an entire tub of ice cream anymore. I'm going to eat a small amount of ice cream, which is moderation in action. I haven't stopped gaming, but I've like, no, I'm not going to game for 14 hours a day anymore. I'm not going to do that. I'll got a little game on my phone, might play it for 30 minutes while I'm not doing something else, and then go on with my life. These are all areas where I'm practicing moderation. And someone else could say, well, that 30 minutes that you're spending on a game, you could be using that 30 minutes productively elsewhere. That what you're getting from eating ice cream is empty calories. You could be eating healthier food, which is true. So it's, once again, it's a personal decision. But end of the day, if you struggle with moderation, right? If you look at moderation as like, this isn't going to make me happy. It's realizing that some people, they have this idea in their heads as, ooh, that's my real goal. I don't really want to quit permanently. I don't want to cut everything out. But when you do this analysis and you figure out, is this going to improve my life? Am I going to feel happier? Am I going to be better? Is that going to transform things for me in a positive way to have less of the behavior? If you decide that's a no, then yeah, abstinence is always there. It's always an option. And I'm telling you, all these behaviors that we get addicted to, other people who aren't doing them, they're not missing out on life. They're going out, they're having a great experience and great time of things without doing it. Freedom is ours. Freedom is always ours. Freedom is available. We don't have to do anything just because we've done it how many times in the past. It doesn't matter. We don't have to continue doing the behavior. But yeah, that is our thoughts here on moderation. Brothers and sisters, we can all do this. Peace.
Well, here I go. How I get there, I'll figure out on my own. But no matter what, I'll be putting on a show. So watch out and watch me grow.